Changing the speed coil will make the gravity more, like, fast, if you know what I mean.
Yellow of the nose changes colors from pink to black. Two different hues of blood in the same shot. This just appears out of nowhere. It instantaneously from blue to red evening without any sensation. Lumpy's antler loses a prong without there being any cutting present. Russell's head is somehow heavy enough to not float to the water surface. Russell is somehow able to scream underwater. Sea otters are not able to breathe underwater. This doesn't cause any harm to Russell. Russell is pulled along the seabed for an extensive period of time despite the boat anchoring right on top of him. Quite literally. Electric eels don't natively live in ocean water. Russell doesn't have a body. This is the only time Russell's skeleton shows feet. All future projections show they're empty. Russell's stubble doesn't get singed, rest of it, making it look lighter than its skin. Russell's shirt doesn't get shredded or even ripped at all through the coral. Russell's tail also doesn't get scratched in the slightest. Russell has two eyelids. Russell's pupil overlaps his eyelid. Blood is seen immediately at the instant of the explosion, even though Russell is deep underwater. Somehow no blood gets mixed in with the seawater. Russell's clothes and body are somehow thrown backwards from the mine explosion. For a single frame, you can see a line with no hook or eye. The thumbnail twirls, sniffles, and steps.
His wife's not home. Oh no. Okay, so someone cannot answer.
How? 19 bowls when love is
His
delicate
wife's
program.
not home.
Either Henry got a guttable first, has had this happen to him multiple times, or is a pro bowler who's trying to go for a perfect score, because getting 9 tennis to 14 pins on one throw is still pretty good. Reuse voice clip. Mark Guy thinks this is a good idea, or even why the potential lethality of it, instead of just motioning it in the finger holes like a normal anthropomorphic animal. Sniffles is able to vocalize stuff being decapitated. If that thing is able to come down fast enough to chop off his snout, it should be leaving a dent in the lane at the very least. Sniffles has 2 sets of teeth. The mole doesn't get cut smashing with Sniffles' glasses. The mole's walking stick in Sniffles' head swaps hands when the mole slips with a blood stain. In an old version of the YouTube upload, the audio for the episode restarts as the handy gets smacked into the bottle. This distinction being fixed and only exists in re-uploads.
Oh my god, this is
No optic nerve is visibly connected to his eye. It is very unlikely that he got cut in such a way as to not be seen either on his eye or in his socket. The
There's
bottom
nothing
sword
wrong unless it's
disappears.
his ear. He should have his left ear.
How?
I can't
A
see
cliff
anything.
materializes
Looks like
behind
he has it
Kurumama
still.
between shots. The pile of snowballs next to Kurumama
Like you
disappears
can kind
between
of
shots.
see it slightly.
The hand Kurumama's club is in also switches between shots. The bottom of the cliff and the slope blend has too sharp of a corner for Kurumama to continue sliding down it, yet nothing. Missing eyelashes. Petunia's eye pops out from her hat. This frame. There are visible tears in Lumpy's body. Lumpy's torso turns the same color as the rest of his body. Lumpy's antlers lose a prong without there being any clear cut or snap. Lumpy has a massive hole cut in him. Lumpy's shorts disappears. Kurumama changes the direction he's facing instantaneously between shots. Twice. Kurumama disappears between shots. This frame. Tree stump is drawn without an outline unlike everything else in the foreground. Nothing is visibly fueling the fire. Lakey's hand clips through the sleeping bag. Cuddles' mouth repeatedly escapes the band of his head. Cuddles' arm isn't attached to his body. Slippy's beret has 2 crests on it. Slippy sits on nothing. Slippy blinks into frame for 1 frame. Cuddles' intestines are straighter than they really should be. Cuddles has no ribs. Cuddles' heart is located next to the intestines when it should be well above it. Slippy's left pupil is slightly cut off and his right pupil slightly escapes his eye. This Malbasta in particular having no filter is especially bad because in the last episode it did have a filter. Cuddles' nose is left on his face despite his face being entirely slashed off. Slinky doesn't think it's a good idea to run away at this point. The zipper of the bag is shown at first, but then disappears when the bag is picked up. This is the only season whose final episode has a unique intro, and versions with the season 2 intro don't have a unique intro at all. The finale block goes in front of the intro before actually crushing it. The boss isn't present until the frame after the fade-in begins. Cuddles is shown as the back row of the boss in the first shot, and then is shown to be in the second to back row for the rest of the episode. Literally none of these scenes have seatbelts. No wonder you guys get murdered every episode. That's not how Tricky sounds like. Tricky mouth is facing backwards. No seats besides the last row or other characters are visible in the shot. Cuddles' arms and hands duplicate after being sliced in half. Cuddles' hands have paw pads, which is never seen on any character at any other point. Mine's cheeks are way more than halfway off his makeup. Mine's nose, mouth, makeup, and ears shouldn't turn blue and purple along with his face. Sniffles' snout moves from in front of his book to behind his book between shots. Typical Lumpy. Missing eyelashes. Why is it always Petunia that has her eyelashes go missing? T-jokes. The outline of Lumpy's tongue and teeth are black when they're blue in every other instance. That being said, it pulls from blue to black every frame. And in this shot, it doesn't animate at all. None of the other characters are visible in this shot. Petunia's air freshener doesn't wrap around her neck properly. Petunia's head marking escapes the band of her head. The puddle of urine on the floor disappears. The mole, Flaky, and Hendy were not seen on the bus until this point. Neither Lifty, Shifty, Flippy, or Pop are shown to be in the bus. I say Pop because he was originally going to be in part 2 instead of Flippy. To be continued. Paul Allen's name is misspelled as Paul Allen.
If it really was the perfect doppelganger that we finally ran about the D&D, I've just solved their mission. It's a real doppelganger. I've trained them up. Right after it is real, or he's on the list. Sorry, I don't know if he's really at 6214, 6214, he'll be everything looks good for him. So what are you going to do? Eyebrows, hair, glasses, nose, ears, mouth. Everything looks good. Go on through, doctor. Alright, now we're starting to finally get some people in here. We got 5 people left to let through. Who's next? Mia! Right after her fiancé. And me. We were just out together. Everyone. 5115. 5115 DD. Mia Stone. Not expired. Mia Stone after 1 was a building teacher. DD. Everything was looking good. Eyebrows, eyes, nose, freckles. Oh, it's a chicken nose. It looks kind of small, but that's her nose, mouth, necklace, earrings, hair. This is our Mia. It's weird sometimes where you kind of manifest a difference to your sight. You're just not sure. Alright, so we just have Papa Right Boy, Anastasia, Steven, and Roman left. Huh. Big enter. Yeah, right. I'm telling you. Doesn't have a mole.
Smells like coconut.
Yeah.
Cleans like Clorox. Feels like energy.
Big deal. Very interesting.
Need power? Try the #1 longest lasting AA battery. Energizer Ultimate
What's wrong
Lithium.
with your appearance? You have a mole where you're not supposed to have a mole. Don't tell me to be careful. I am careful.
Although these episode names are just really bad odds. Featuring for second, I can manually advance the frame shots in that. Sucks. This happens dozens of times throughout the series, so I'll send them all now. Missing head markings. This also happens multiple times. Giggles, for some reason, doesn't have a tail. This is never corrected in the entire history of the show, to the point where the writers just say that she has a tail so small that it's visible. I'm not making that up. This is strangely the only episode Ruthie has hair in. The outlines of Lumpy's teeth are blue, despite it being black for reveal the character. This has never changed in the entire history of the show. Puddle's cheeks are white. For a single frame, Giggles
Let
is
me close this
not
section
careful.
back here. He's running. That's what I want on the speed.
Gaps can be seen in the character's ears.
9684.
Things that also happens many times.
Let's see. This looks like our runner. He's got the nose, the eyes, the eyebrow. He's got his hat. He's got the scar right place. Mouth is ears. Suit. Go on through, sir. Alright, just two more. Steven and Anastasia.
Somehow, Lumpy doesn't get hit for the others are saying like that. Did you hear that? The collective sounds of millions of traumatized kids and mortified parents. Oh wait, no, that's just the sound of Toothy's spine shattering. Toothy's hair disappears after he collides with the tree. And so does his tail. Missing tails also happen frequently. Half of Giggle's face is missing for a single frame. The outline for Giggle's stomach patch turns gold after the pole impales her. Layering error. This happens plenty of times too.
Mouth, nose, eyes, eyebrows, forehead, backpack, there. Pigtails. Everything looks good. She's good. She's good to go. Go on through. It'd be funny if she got through the door and just said, whatever. Alright, it should be Steven. And it is. It is Steven. Steven Rebel at here. He's got the DVD symbol. 5965 on ID. DVD. Steven, Red Boy. Not expired. He's got the Red Boy nose. He's got his glasses, eyebrows, his hair, his mouth. This is the real one. Well, through Steven. We finally finished up with today's list. Is that it for today? This got me the longest one I've ever played. There's more. We got today's list.
Most of the morals in season 1, instead of being some ironic joke, are just completely irrelevant. For a single frame before Handy makes his annoyed face, a smile can be seen. Also, Handy's eyes are visibly facing different directions. These two sins apply to every episode repeatedly. Why Handy's arms are never restored between episodes despite every character getting mutilated at some point is never explained. Don't even get me started on how Handy does these things as a double-edged sword. How do you get down so far? The sound of the drill hadn't even stopped by the time we already see him on the floor. Handy is much taller than he is presented in future episodes. There are no ladders leading up to the treehouse. Extendo loft!
This would be like maybe a 30 or 40.
Handy's upper arm is visibly disconnected from his lower arm.
Slow as still.
Repeatedly throughout the episode, Handy's pupils change the direction they face.
And we didn't
This
die.
error also happens many times as well. Except, gosh darn it, this happens so many freaking times that by the time I had only gone through 7 episodes, this segment was already a minute long. I'm just gonna give this series 100 spins in total and call that generous enough. Handy's tool belt moves up his waist and what could have possibly exploded in there? Petunia's head disappears. The sound of the explosion is audibly delayed. Handy's tool belt disappears from the frame. This frame. Handy seemingly has no ears as
Oh.
bandaging or
Right, sorry. I was sleeping.
Funny gag, but how do you forget you don't have hands? Also, that's safe. That bucket wasn't there 10 seconds ago. How is Petunia's flower not being reduced to ashes yet? Somehow, Handy sustains no damage from her. There are clearly two Belfast actions of each other. Handy wasn't wearing boots up to this point. Also, there's no way that fits Handy's foot. Handy disappears from under Petunia's mangled body between shots. Apparently doing the OK sign makes you grow an extra finger. Petunia survives this. Missing face. Turning error.
You know what, guys? Thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna go to sleep.